How's it going, everybody? Today, I've got some interesting news to share with you all, and kind of where I think the Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor series is going into. So we did get some confirmation from an IGN article, I believe, that the overseer of the Jedi Survivor game and Jedi Fallen Order game, or director, I guess you could say, said that he has envisioned these games as a trilogy. Very Star Wars-esque way to look at it. But in that being said, where do we think the story could go? Well, obviously there's going to be a couple of spoilers in this, so if you haven't played the Jedi Survivor game yet, I would suggest just clicking off here. I know my viewer retention rate is going to go down a lot after this point, but if you haven't beaten that game yet, don't keep going. But if you have, basically, we get Kata at the end, which is Bode's daughter. We get her kind of as a part of our team at the end, but it's more so kind of like Cal is kind of her father figure in the way, and Merrin is like a mother figure in the way, in a sense. And I could see a very God of War-esque type game for the next one, where we take Kata under Cal's wing, and maybe we get it from 10 years in the future, and she's kind of like a teenager now, and she may have force abilities, she may not, we don't really know. But if anything, if she doesn't have force abilities, maybe she's like a bounty hunter or something, and she's just like a good, kind of like side character, kind of how Bode helps us out in the beginning of the game before we know that he was a Jedi. And maybe his daughter will take the place and kind of restore that hope for their family. Another thing I could see is, and I saw some other people talking about this, was what if, because Cal does kind of delve into his dark side, what if Cal kind of just goes to an old Sith temple or something sort of like that, kind of like we see Maul in Rebels do, and he goes in there and something happens. Maybe, I don't know if he would awake like an old Sith person, because that's kind of like what happened in this game, although he wasn't a Sith at first. But we see Dagon or whatever, you see him bleed his crystal and basically become a Sith through the game. But I don't know if I want to see them take that kind of route again, but imagine there's a holocron of some sorts, and maybe Cal finds someone to help him open the holocron, and it gives him some information, and it just how the Sith are, they're evil, and they just kind of take him fully into the dark side, or he just fully embraces it. Another thing I could see is we follow Cal, Merrin, and Kata, and obviously Grease and everybody else. We follow them into the next game, and we get to a point maybe halfway through the game where Cal is forced to kind of delve into the dark side fully because something happens to Kata. Because you have to remember, at this time, she would probably feel like a daughter to him. So I could see maybe there being an instance where her life is maybe threatened, and Cal really has to delve into the dark side and just fully go into the dark side and just embrace it. And then from there, maybe something happens and he doesn't turn back, and then we've maybe followed Merrin and Kata on their journey to try to get him back or something. Maybe he's captured and then he fully gives into the Sith ways, the dark side. But I don't know, I kind of want to, there's a ton of theories around this on what it could be, and I'm excited to hear what you guys think in the comment section. But I've already seen a couple really good videos on this. Yeah, I think it's a super interesting kind of future for the games, and I'm glad that they're at least going to make another one, because they could probably make these games for a while, but at least one more would be really good. And then maybe we get Cal in some movies or series or something, because he's definitely one of my favorite characters in the Disney era of Star Wars so far. And I just think that they really give me a George Lucas vibes in these games. I just feel like it's kind of like his Star Wars again. But yeah, I really love the game. I just beat Jedi Survivor not that long ago. I thought it was amazing, and yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with the next game.